Now you can see that we have to make this now. Okay, so for making this first layout, you can see here we have the two section layout. Okay, so for the two section layout, what we're gonna do, we have to just go here and we have to add the two section layout. Okay, and here we can make this hero. Okay, now here you can see that we are using the max width, I think 1400. Okay, and here we can just add 80 pixel to the top and 80 pixel to the bottom. And here we have to just go below container, and here we can remove all of this padding. Here also let's remove all of this padding. Okay, now you can see we have to set color gradient here. So let me go to the gradient color, and here we can set the theme one, and here we can also set the white color. Okay, like this. Then you can see here we have this future of web. Okay, future of tech. Okay, so let me check what are the fonts we are using. So we can use this fonts Ninja Google Chrome extension to check this. So if I go here, analyzing fonts, here you can see we are using the Montserrat, and here we are using the Montserrat thin. Okay, so let me go here, and here we're gonna set this Montes Monte. Okay, what is the spelling? Montse. Okay, Montse. So we have this Montserrat, and here we can just increase the font size of this. Let me see what are the. So we should use the 80. Okay, here also we are using above 80. So let's choose the 85, and for the default we are using this 600. Okay, here you can see we have the lorem ipsum, so we can just add this here, and this for this we can use any font, but right now we are using the default font. Yes. Okay, now you can see we have to add this button. So for adding the button, we can add a new container here. Okay, and here we can write this btn box. Okay, we can just add this button. So here you can see we have the check now. Check now button, and here you can see we have this gradient effect like this. Okay, and here you can see we have this gradient color, and here you can see we have to use the black color, and also we can use some white color. Okay, so let's use the black shade little bit like this. Okay, now we can increase and decrease the font size of this. Let's increase and decrease the font size. Okay, and here for the padding we are using 15, and from the left and right we are using the 30, and from the left also we are using the 30. Okay, and here we can use the 100. Okay, so here you can see that we have the check now button. Also we have the about us button. So now we can again make this duplicate this. Here we can go to the btn box layout, and here we can make this in the center, and this will say about us. So let me go here, and here we have the about us, and here we can have the arrow, and here we can use this. Okay, now you can see we have this background color. So for that we are gonna use any white color. Here also you have to set a solid color. Okay, like this black. Okay, and here we can also set this black color. So you can see the arrow is coming here, so we can make the arrow in this direction. Now you can see we have this type of hover effect. So for that we can just go to the style hover, and here you will find the shrink animation like this. And for this also we can choose the shrink animation like this. Now you can see we have the btn box advanced, and here we can add the 20 pixel at the top. Okay, so let me publish this one so we don't lose any changes. So right now we are going to this view page. So let me see the view page option. Here you can see we are just making this. So now we can we have to make this. So for making this, you can see we have the btn box. Let's click on the btn box and add a new container. So it will add the new container just below that. Okay, now we can add an image here. Let's add an image. and the image which we are gonna use is this. So here you can see we have the container, and here we can have it like this, and we can just go to the advanced, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of it. We are gonna use the 20. Okay, let's increase the size more. Okay, now you can see we have this counter. So for making the counter section, we can just add this counter value here. You can just make it below. Click on this, and here you will find, okay, like this, and here you can find this 100. Now here you can see that 700 plus happy clients. So you can just go here, and here we can write 700 plus, and here you can write happy clients. Okay, here you can see we have the number option, so we can just increase and decrease the number. Okay, and here you can see we have this font, so we can choose the Montserrat font, and here you can use this. Okay, and here you can also use the any random font which you want to use. So I'm just demonstrating how to build this website. So here you can see we have to just place a gap here also. So you can just paste the gap here like this. Okay, this is also looking good. Now let's publish. Okay, so now you can see here we have this layout. So now let's go to the second part of the column. Here you can see we have to set a laptop image. So let's choose the image here. Okay, here we can set this in the left direction, and here also we can make this small. So for making the images small, always use this advanced custom width. Don't use this. Okay, this will not make the image. It will make something weird. Okay, so always choose that. Okay, now you can see we have this counter again. So for adding the counter, we can just add a container below. Okay, and here first let's make this container fully white, so we recognize where the container is. And here we can just go to the background, and here we can add some border radius like 30, and here also we can put some padding 40. Okay, and here we can just go to this full width. Okay, you can just make it small. Here you can see now what we have to do. You have to just copy this from here. Okay, so we are gonna copy and paste so much things from in this because we are gonna make this website smartly, not hard work. Okay, so if you want to build website using smart way, then this video is for you. But if you want to build the website in a long way, you can follow along this web video also. You will learn so much things. Here we can make this 65. Okay, so here you can see we have the 5 plus market rating, so you can just update this. You can write 5 plus, here you can write market ratings. Okay, here you can write 5,000 products sold. So whatever you want to mention here for your products sold. Okay, and here you can see we have a line here. So for adding the line, you can just put a line here. Okay, here you can see we have this line, but you can also put that line if you want, but if you don't, you can just. So for putting the line, you can just put this all in a container. Okay, like this. Here we are using this container. Okay, just put this in this container. Okay, and just duplicate this and remove from here, and you can just place it inside this container. So you can see now we can just go here, and here you can see we have the background option, background solid, and in the left direction we can have this. So you can see that we have this. Okay, so in this way we can just, you can see here the line is not in the proper, so for that we can just remove all of this padding from here. Okay, now we gonna add some padding here like 20, and here also we can add some 20. Okay, and for this padding we can just make this to 20 also. Okay, now if you see we have this guide line proper. Okay, so in this way we can put this line. Okay, let's publish. Now you can see we have to make this heading here. Here we have the two section layout. Here we have the 1 and 2. Now we have to put a gap between this. Okay, we can put this gap here. So the gap would be 60. Now let's publish. Okay, here you can see we can refresh this and see if hero section is working or not. You can see this is fully working. Okay, now let's build this also. So here we have to copy this and we can just go and paste this. So here you can see we have to place this in below this like this, and this should be in the like this. So here in your hands, so we can just replace this text here. Okay, in your hands. Also you can see we have this container, so we can just add a container here. Okay, and here also we can make this white color. Here we can just add the 30. Okay, now let me see, we have to choose any random image, so let's choose this image. Okay, and here you can choose the custom like this. Okay, like we can choose the 50, and here you can see we have this container. Let's make everything in the center. Now we can choose and make this like this. Okay, and here we can just increase this like this. So you can see, and now we can go to the border, and here we can have some border radius like this. Okay, and here if I go to the background, and here we can make this a little glass effect. Now we have to move this here. You can see this is at the top. So for that we're gonna use the this position property, make this absolute, so it will move there. Now you can just choose the orientation and you can just place it here like this. Okay, here also we can place this in the left direction little bit like this. Okay, so you can put it anywhere like this. So we can just put it more here and just put it a little bit at the top. Okay, like this. And here we have to set the z index value also 100. You can see we have this transparent effect here on this. Okay, so this is done. Now let's publish this final time, and here we have to just go to this and refresh. So after that you can see we have successfully built this hero section. Okay, so we don't have any gap below, so let's put some gap below. So let's put this to 200. So we have some gap here to see. Okay, let's see 250. Let's publish. Okay, all of these sections are fully made. So let me refresh it final time, and our hero section is almost ready, I think. So you can see after refreshing, you can see our hero section is fully working and this is looking good.